So let's be real, if you're watching this video, you're probably finally making that jump from demo into live accounts. And it's inevitable that all of us have to make that jump at some point. I myself was there in your shoes, and I know how hard it is. There's a statistic that 84% of traders that switch from demo to live end up blowing their first live account within 30 days of starting it. Why? It's not because they can't trade. In fact, most of these traders have a profitable model that they use to constantly scale their demo accounts. But it's because they set up their live accounts the wrong way. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to set up your live account the right way, move from demo to live without losing your mind, and avoid 3 mistakes that kill most traders early on, including one mistake that cost me $4,000, which I'll share later in this video. I'm Mark from Full Send Traders. I trade ICT concepts, and I've helped thousands of traders in my Telegram and Discord for completely free. So if you want to be a part of my community, you'll find the link in the description. But if you're looking for live executions and how I break down my trades, you'll find that on Instagram, which is also linked in the description. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to set up your live account, fund it, and switch from demo to live without making the mistake that wiped most traders out. Alright, so let's start with step 1, choosing your broker. Now, most people overlook the importance of this, but it ends up being one of the most important and crucial mistakes that traders make if they don't do enough research. And let me just read it directly off my screen so I don't miss anything. So think of your broker like the middleman between you and the market. They're the ones actually executing your trades, holding your funds, and processing your withdrawals. So they're in charge of all the important stuff, right? Whether your executions get placed on time, the spread, for those of you that don't know if you're trading mainly futures, but you also are looking to start a live account, there's a spread on Forex, which means that you get in at a certain level and it'll place you with however much spread that specific broker has. And you want to find a broker that typically gives you either a super tight spread or almost a non-existent one. But one of the most important things to look at are fees that the broker might have while you place your executions. And these are fees that you wouldn't expect because you're still taking a profitable trade and it shows up in your history as a profitable trade. But fees are subtracted in such a hidden way that you might have never even known. If you choose the wrong broker, you could be dealing with slow executions that cause you to miss trades, higher spreads that eat into your profits, or worst of all, withdrawal headaches. You could be waiting a week for your money to come through when that money should be in your bank by the end of the day, if not in a few hours from whenever you withdrew. And when you're trading ICT, timing and precision is everything. So a delayed entry, even by 1 second, can be the difference between you actually catching a good trade or getting stopped out. Now, in terms of what to look for, once again, I'm just gonna read it right off. You wanna check if the broker is regulated and has a reputation, which means that there's a lot of other traders, first of all, trading with them, no bad reviews saying that they scammed, that they didn't pay, and honestly just seeing how long they've been in the game. Next is spreads and commission. As I mentioned earlier, this is really important. A lower spread means that you're paying the broker less per trade and you're keeping more as a trader, which is one of the most important things, actually getting paid. The third would be execution speed. The fourth would be funding and withdrawal methods. Some brokers have crypto, some brokers even allow you bank transfers. I'd be really careful with trusting a broker just because they allow bank transfers. Now, you do not want to be giving your bank account information to a sketchy broker. That is one of the biggest mistakes that you can possibly make. So do your research. And the fifth thing would be leverage options. You want to have some freedom on your broker. Now, high leverage isn't for everyone, and you want to make sure that the leverage that you're using is in line with how much money you want to be risking on a trade, because high leverage also means that you'll lose more money per trade that you take. Because higher leverage also means that you can place higher risk positions and lose more money than you walked into the market expecting to lose. Now, I've tested many brokers over the years, some good and some I'd never touch again. And I found one that checks all these boxes while also giving me the leverage and execution speed I need for my live account. I'll show you exactly which broker I use in just a few minutes, but first, let's go into how we can actually set your account up. Okay, so before we get into setting up an account, just because a broker is trustable doesn't mean you're gonna enjoy trading with them. And what I mean by this is that not every broker allows every trading platforms. They only allow a select few. So what I'm going to have you do is open up your app store and download each one of these trading apps. MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, TradeLocker, and then obviously TradingView to actually chart everything up and use it to look at the pair that you're trading. And the reason why I want you to download each one of these apps is because you want to get familiar with them and figure out which one you like the most and you're going to actually want to trade with. So one of the things you can do once you open up, say MetaTrader 5 for example, is go to the settings in the very right and open up a new account. So what you're going to want to do is once you go over to the account section, you click MetaQuotes, which is the default broker on MetaTrader 5, and open up a demo account. Put in your information, check the different leverages, the account size that you're usually going to be trading with, just so you can get familiar with the executions and stuff. And what a demo account is essentially it simulates the same exact executions as you would place on a live account with the real market, but it would be with fake money, and you can still trade, and that's what we're working in this video to transition from. So you're going to want to get familiar with all the platforms and figure out which platform you actually want to trade with. Now in terms of what broker I'm using and how you can set up an account with them, let me open up a new tab and show you exactly how to do that. Okay, so first of all, let me break down why I went with GatesFX and what brokers I used previously. Some of the brokers that I used previously, and the reason why I stopped trading with them, is usually brokers that would advertise a high leverage, because obviously I was starting with a smaller amount of capital, so I wanted to be able to place higher risk positions. I was willing to lose some of the money that I was depositing because I was starting with a very small amount, just to kind of get familiar with live trading and potentially flip an account to an amount of capital that I can actually consistently trade with. And what most of these brokers did is that they advertised a high leverage, but they had terrible spread and a lot of hidden fees that would just eat away at the account. Like, I would be taking consistently profitable trades, go to my history, and it's like 50% of what I made was gone. And so the reason I went with GatesFX is that they also have a high leverage, but you have the option of selecting a high leverage account with, say, a deposit. You get a 100% deposit bonus, but more fees and a bigger spread, or you can do that same leverage on a raw spread account, which means that the spreads are super small and usually won't really make a difference in terms of when you're actually making profit, how much of that you can actually keep. Now you can also see on the bottom right, it says 1 to 1000 leverage. So as a USA trader, it's going to be really rare to find anything over like 1 to 200. And the reason why that is because globally, USA is one of the strongest economic countries. So we make more money and we can just risk more money with a high leverage. And there's two sides to this. We can either run our accounts up massively, or we just lose our account really fast. And a lot of traders, let's be honest, are gamblers. They just continuously deposit money into their broker without learning a thing, and they just lose money back to back. And you're just paying for the Lamborghini of whoever runs this broker. So that's why a lot of brokers have become regulated and prevent USA traders from trading with high leverage or just using some of the platforms that allow you to place positions rapidly. Now in terms of setting an account up with this specific broker, it's really simple and you can deposit through crypto. Now my opinion on crypto versus bank transfers, I honestly prefer crypto deposits because my information is safer. Now, I'm not going to tell you to stop wire transferring money into a broker, but just think about it, you're putting your information at risk. I wouldn't even give that information to like a friend. So why would you put that information on the internet? And if you want to use this broker, I'm going to link it in the description. It's really simple to set up an account, and you can just drop a comment if you have any trouble setting it up or you have any questions. Now let's hop into the main part of this video, and that is actually transitioning from demo into live accounts. How do you do it? What do most traders struggle with? And what was the mistake that I made that cost me $4,000? The hardest part about transitioning from demo to live, it's all psychological. On demo, you're risking nothing, but on live accounts, you're frankly risking everything that you're putting on the line. Now, even a prop firm account is different because you're only spending that certain amount for a bigger amount of money. So you're not actually losing as much as it makes you think that you're losing. But on a live account, whatever you have in there is whatever you're losing. And that changes everything. There is one trick that I use to make my live account trades feel like demo at first, and I'll tell you in about 60 seconds. But some tips that I would advise you to use is to first of all focus on your lot sizes. On a funded account, you obviously have a bigger buffer and you probably played around with different lot sizes. On a live account, you want to be very careful that you're not losing more than you're winning. And don't scale up just because you took a win. Consistently take wins with a smaller amount of lot size to train yourself to focus on the technical side and not the psychological part where you're focusing on the money. Another tip is to treat demo like a real account right before you hop into your live account. Like, genuinely shift the way that you look at your demo account and make it feel real. Because you're about to hop into a live account, it's going to feel a lot different than it was this entire time. Genuinely just take a day or two and trade your demo account as if it was your live account that you would have started today. And one more tip is to set a daily loss limit for yourself. Now, prop firms have a daily loss limit, and once you hit that, you blow the account. But on a live account, there is no blowing your account. So obviously you could just keep trading until there's $0 in your account. So make sure that you train your mind to genuinely stop. Create some sort of accountability with a friend of yours, or maybe your significant other. Tell them to take your phone, to lock it away, or slap you whenever they hear that execution sound coming from your phone. Now, for the trick that I used to make my first live account trades feel like demo is going to be something that you didn't expect. And it's that I started with 0.01 as my lot size, the smallest lot size that you can possibly go on a live account. And the reason why I did that is because I did not care about the $10 I was risking even on a 100 pip trade. It was such a small amount of risk that all I really focused on was my daily narrative and the target that I was aiming for. And that helped me take my mind away from the actual 4,000 that I started my live account with. Now to hop into a more painful subject. As I mentioned earlier in the video, there was one big mistake that costed me $4,000. That costed me my first live account that I started. That same live account that I thought was going to change my life and help me finally achieve that financial freedom that I was chasing after. I blew $4,000 in my first month trading live because I ignored this one rule. Never scale your lot size faster than your skill. And when it comes to skill, I'm not talking about the model. Now, I'd say I'm one of the best ICT traders in terms of technical analysis. I can figure out where the market's going perfectly fine. But when I'm talking about skill, I'm talking about actually getting used to trading a live account. I was not skillful enough. I did not have the right psychology yet, and I was definitely not ready to be scaling up my risk to seeing bigger numbers. Because there's one more skill that you have to have on a live account, and that skill is hitting that withdraw button. It's not going to be hard at all to actually flip your account or make a ton of profit. The hard part is stopping and pressing that withdraw button. And the moment that you stop pressing that withdraw button, even for a few trades, that's when you go on a streak of not pressing it for months. And that's why I say don't copy trades. Understand why they happen so you can actually learn from them, so that you can actually absorb the psychology. Because when you copy trades, you're putting the responsibility in the hands of the person that gave you that trade. And so even if you're trading live, you're not really developing the psychology that you need. You're not really taking responsibility for the trade that you took. And if it's not your responsibility, then you're not going to learn from it. Set your first few live trades to be so small so that you don't care if you lose. That way you can focus on execution and not emotion. So let's just do a quick recap of what I covered. First of all, you want to find a good and trustable broker, one that's going to give you quick executions, one that's not going to charge you too much fees or have an unrealistic spread. Then it's not just about the broker, but it's also about the platform, so find a broker that allows a platform that you actually enjoy trading with. And third, there's a lot of problems that a lot of traders have transitioning from demo into live account. So really be conscious of the way that you do it. This is real money that you're starting to risk now, and you don't want to put yourself in a psychological rabbit hole of trying to make back the money that you lost in the beginning. If you want to see my live executions and the withdrawals I get, you can find me on Instagram at FullSendTraders. If you want to get my weekly analysis and trade recaps, you can find that in my Telegram, which I'll link below. And if you want to trade on the same conditions that I do with the same broker that I use, I'll also link that in the description. Thank you all for getting through this video, and if you learned something new, drop a comment with any questions that you might have.